Are we going to see us both?
I don't know. Sit down, let's see.
Yeah, I can kind of see us both.
Now try to turn it sideways and see what happens. There you go. Ooh, turn it a little bit. Oh, what does it say?
Rotate your device.
Huh?
You can't turn your phone while live.
Oh.
See if look up there and see if we're.
It says you're live now on my phone.
Are we straight up and down?
Hold on, let me
sideways?
look. Yeah.
We're straight up and down.
Yeah. Oh no,
we're sideways.
No, we're sideways.
Okay.
Stop.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Stop.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. Right there. Put the dog on there.
Are we going to both be in?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, let's see. Okay, are we good?
Yep.
All right.
We're good.
All right, we're getting there. Where's my beer?
Behind you.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Whoop.
Sorry.
I can see. Boy, I love you. Yes, we do.
Hey. Okay, let's see here. Yes. Here. That way we can read if they have.
Okay, good.
All right.
Is that on delay?
No. Stop. Hi there.
That's delayed.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi, Dipsy. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
We good?
I think we're good. I think so. Stop, dude.
All right, buddy. You stay still.
We can put him down if you wanted to.
No, it's okay.
Right.
It's all right.
Okay, what do we have?
14?
Let's see. 14?
Okay.
I can't see that far away.
Yeah. I think so. Okay. I love you.
Okay. So
All right.
Get started?
Yep. Here, put that over there so you can read the question. I don't know if they're going to have quite. Can we see the questions pop up here?
Yeah.
Are they there?
I sure hope one of those cupcakes is for Deb. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Karen. Hi, Heather. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you for having me, Jodi.
Oh, you're welcome. This is going to go to different levels of emotions. You know, this is going to be very uplifting, I hope. We're going to go and talk to Melissa. I've known Melissa for a long time, and Melissa was competing. I think you started competing before me.
Yes.
And then she took a break, and then I was competing, and then I retired from competing, and that's when Melissa came back out again. And so I'm just going to give you kind of an idea of what I know about Melissa. When I would see Melissa at shows, at trade shows, she just seemed to me to be overwhelmed, to have, she was never really like truly happy.
I never smiled.
She never smiled, you know, and she was such a nice person. And
oh, thanks.
You know, I always thought you were.
Oh, thanks.
And so I've watched her over the years compete, and I've watched her lose, and I've watched her win, and I've watched her struggle, and you know, I didn't know anything about her personal life or anything like that. I didn't know her at that level. But I just knew her as a really terrific groomer, and she had so much potential and everything, but I just never saw that happy, spirited person in her. And it wasn't until, you know, I moved to Florida that Melissa kept saying, I gotta come and see you because you're like near Orlando, right?
Yeah, Apopka.
Okay. So, and she kept saying, I gotta come down and see you. And I was like, just come and see me, you know, because she does beautiful cockers, and she's, you know, always looking to do better and everything. And so I always kept saying, just come. And I haven't seen her in the contest ring in a long time. She hasn't competed. And I just started seeing like a lot of her Facebook posts. She started showing dips, and she's doing really, really well. And she can explain to you, you know, where she's at with all that. But for me, looking on the outside looking in, she looked so happy. And everything she posted on Facebook, she was just like glowing, just and so one day I was just so happy for her. And then one day she posted some stuff on Facebook about the dog show and what she was doing. And I sent her a private message and I said, I'm just so happy for you. You look so happy. And it just made me feel so good that she's in a happy place now, because she wasn't in a happy place before. And so Melissa wanted to come down and groom Cockers. And so I said, you know what, let's just do this, because what you've been through in your life is so inspirational to people. And, you know, we all have a story. You know, we all have our struggles that we've been through in life and what we've experienced. And we've all, like, a lot of us have overcome them and made, you know, a better life for ourselves. But I just feel like there's so many people that maybe have been in the same boat as Melissa. And I just feel like this is a good time for her to kind of share this with us. Now, after we go through this, and we're going to eat all these really good cupcakes.
Don't these things look amazing? It's like, look at that.
And drink our Coronas. We're actually going to groom dibs, and I'm going to learn from Melissa. She's going to learn from me. Hopefully we'll learn from each other. And we're going to talk about this breed. But at first, what I want to do is talk about Melissa and where she started and what she's gone through and now where she is. So here, put your phone on so I can see if you have any comments. And feel free to chime in.
No.
We're going to try to keep track of the comments and answer you guys as well. So,
all right, let's see here.
He's eyeballing those cupcakes.
I know, no chocolate for you. Here you go.
Okay. So Melissa, tell us now, you started competing when?
I started to compete in 1994. I had my first dog, and it was a Cocker, Parti color, and her name was Whitley. And he's scooting towards the chocolate. The reason we're doing this because everybody knows when you're a groomer, you eat on your grooming table and you eat while you're grooming. I mean, it's with the dog on the table. You know, if it doesn't have dog hair on it, it doesn't taste right. So, anyways, and I entered my first contest, and it was the Carolinas, and that was a long time ago. And I went in with my Cocker, and I took third in A division, first time out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was like, holy cow! I guess I can do this.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I can do this. After that, you know, Luther Edmonton was my judge, and he, you know, and to this day we're still friends. You know, and nobody knew who I was or nothing, and you know, here comes this person that's just, you know, I just had a baby. And I had him ringside with me, and I competed there, and then I just kind of went on, and I went down and I worked for Joan Anderson for a holiday season. When I was in Mississippi, I had met my husband, and I come back, got my shop going, and you know, one thing led to another, and I competed all the way up until 2001, and I competed in Biloxi, and Dina Perry was my judge, and the last time that I can really remember competing, it was against Jay Scruggs, and I had beaten him. That was probably the only time I'd ever beat him, and it was a Bedlington Terrier, it wasn't a Cocker. And make a long story short, things happen in life, and I went by the wayside.
Yeah, because that was 2001, and that's when I think that was the first year I made Groom Team. Let's see, I got my things here. Yep, 2001. So that's the first year that I made the team, was 2001, and then that's when you stopped competing.
That's when I stopped.
Then I didn't really see you after that. So what happened during those times? You
Drug
had like an eight-year period where you didn't compete and you were struggling with stuff.
I went through a divorce, and I was a business owner for 10 years, and I went through Hurricane Katrina, and I got hooked on drugs. Bad. Really bad. Just stopped competing, stopped everything. Lost my business, everything. So with that being said, I picked myself up, and I'm like, I deserve better than this. And I literally just walked away. I couldn't do anything else.
From the drugs?
Yep, I had to move. I moved. And long and behold, there's a lot of little angels in my life that they had no idea what they were doing, but they were helping me. Melissa Verplank, one. I went up and I worked for her, and and then I've was a nomad for so long, and just trying to find my way, and and I knew that I had always wanted a Groom Team jacket, always wanted one, and I finally got it, but it was a long time coming. But while I was competing, I got lost in all of that, and it wasn't fun anymore. It was a job, and it was stressful, and it sent me over the edge, and I used to cry, and I'd never smile, and it was just like,
well, competition is
tough. It's really tough.
Especially when you have a goal that you're trying to meet. And it is a challenge, and especially when you're struggling in other areas. You just came off of that addiction, and you're trying to pull yourself up out of that hole, which is
2010.
It's so admirable that you can do that, because that's such a hard hole to dig yourself out of. So that's just phenomenal that you were able to do that.
I don't look at it like that now, but I do look at it like this. I have to always remember I'm a statistic. How many people can somebody needs to hear this, because drugs are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere, and
right.
Dog groomers are a different breed of people in itself.
Right.
And we're all how do I say this? Not misfits, but we're all.
We don't want to say misfits.
We're not misfits. We're just, we're a different breed of people.
Yeah.
And I had my dogs and everything. I went to Michigan, and I worked up there for Melissa, and then I went to Lansing, and I was just trying to get myself together.
Back on track.
And it's taking me 11 years to get to where I'm at today.
Right.
And it was a long, hard road.
Right.
But in 2019, I did make Groom Team. I did make the top 10. And it was just like, in a way, it was like a big relief that it was over.
Right.
Because I did it and I got it.
And that was your ultimate goal.
That was my goal.
Make the team.
Make the team.
And, and it's so funny because, like I said, we all have stories. And I myself was going through a divorce right in the height of my competition season, right in between two traveling teams, and trying to make the team, trying to make the top 4, is like so much pressure.
The pressure is so immense. It's just, it is, and not everybody is disciplined enough to be a competition groomer, because it takes a lot.
It does.
Helen Schaefer had a post, and she's like, I made it to Pasadena and my hands are shaking. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. That is just like, it's just, I got chill bumps on my arms thinking about it. Thank God I don't have to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore.
Right.
I'm having fun with my dog.
I know. Well, and so, the thing is like, even for myself, like I had 2, not 3, because my youngest was 10, but 2 kind of rebellious teenagers at the time, going through a divorce, moving back to New Jersey where my family was, and trying to run my business and trying to travel and compete and trying to get those points. And it was the hardest thing I ever did. It was, and it's so easy to succumb to the stress and the anxiety, but you have to have like that goal. You have to have a goal, because
you have to have tunnel vision.
You do, because it's so hard to succumb and just let it get the best of you and say, I can't do this. And, I
can remember being in the ring and talking myself out of it. What am I doing in here? Look, I'm, and when you get bumped up to A division, that makes you kick your grooming level up a notch. You have to kick it up. You got to pull it. You got to do it.
Right.
And it's just
well. And so then so finally, so you got to that point. You made the team. And that was a relief, and you said, okay, I'm done. I did what I wanted to do.
I got it.
And then from that point you started showing dogs.
Right.
And so this was like a whole different gratification, right? Because competing was stressful. You had to make the points, you had to do this because you had a goal.
But competing is also, it's you against the other person. It's your skills versus their skills.
Right.
And in dog showing, you're a team.
Right.
And it's the dog's structure and movement and what you do, you have to work with your dog.
Right.
You have to work with them. It's totally different. You're a team out there. When you're in the contest ring, it's, you've done your homework on your dog to make him behave on the table, but
your skills.
It's your skills versus their skills.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's totally different. Mm-hmm. And so when you started showing, now tell them where you're at now, because you've worked so hard.
I've been showing. I can say this. Okay, I showed a Bichon Gunner that I have. All of you know that I have Gunner, and and I showed him in the veterans class, and for me it was just terrifying, and and I'm like, I guess I just had to take the deep plunge. Mm-hmm. And I did it, and I was, my biggest fear, what if I fall down out there? Yeah. What if I fall down and make an ass out of myself? You know what I mean? Yeah. And, I would be traumatized. Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I've dropped the leash. The dog took off out of the breed ring, and it's just like, oh my God. And then you got, your big wigs out there.
Well. Yeah, I can tell you, I did a little, I did a little bit of showing. I showed one of my Cockers, and I did a little bit of showing of my standard poodle back in the day. And so, oh God, it was so stressful for me, because I'm like a nobody, and here I am in the ring trying to compete against these top handlers, right?
Yeah.
So my friend Laura Hydrick talked me into doing the nationals with my little buff girl. And so I was like all excited. Okay, I'm going to do this. And I entered online, right? Little did I know that whoever enters first is the first one to go in the ring. So guess what?
That was you.
I was the first one to go in the ring in the nationals. And I was like, what? Why am I going in the ring first? Laura was like, well, you put your entries in pretty quick. And I was like, oh. So I was beside myself. Talking about shape. Talk about nerves.
Yeah, well,
I didn't roll in a hole.
No, I know. But right now,
awful.
Right now.
Here, put that on.
Okay, right now, Dibs and I are number one owner handler in the nation, Parti color.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, and I had no idea that it was going to go this way. All I knew is that I just wanted to show my dog, and I just wanted to do things with my dog.
Right.
And here we are.
I have to find it.
Here we are.
Yeah. So she's done great, and I can see you in the ring now, and I can see you so happy. I can see your photos, like your whole disposition is so different than when it was.
Yeah.
I mean, and so I just see somebody that has been through so much in their life, and you lost so much. And
I've lost everything to my name more than once to twice, and it's just,
Right. And now here you are, and you've like, really come so far, and you're doing great, and I'm just so happy for you that you've been able to do that. And,
thank you.
And especially, to get over an addiction and stuff. I mean, that's like amazing that you were able to do that. So.
Well, I mean, there are some people out there that, that are not going to be your friends, and and you just literally have to just go and just focus on yourself and on your dogs and what you need to do. And Jodi's looking at all y'all's comments.
He's gonna get a blueberry.
Okay,
he can have a blueberry.
He's not going to eat it. Anyway, this is Dibs. This is
spit it right out.
This is Dibs. This is I got this dog from Annette Smith in Ohio, and I love her and Steve dearly.
Love you.
I had a dog named Vinny that passed away, and there's a lot of my brother had dropped dead in the driveway at a contest in Texas, and anyway, long story short is she gave me this dog, and I just wanted to make her proud of her dog, and and I have one of Linda Donaldson's dogs. His name is Deuce, and my next goal is I want to finish this year in October with him number one. And I've got somebody knocking on my heels, but that's just going to make me try harder. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I just can't believe that I'm as far as I am with this dog. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm doing something right.
Yeah, you are. You're doing a lot right.
I'm doing something right,
Yeah, you're doing great.
But I got a compliment from her, and it's something that I will never, ever, ever forget. She said to me, the best decision that she ever did was give me this dog.
Aww.
And it was just like,
yeah, that's nice.
you just, I mean, and I just think the world of her,
That's really nice.
and her and Linda both, because, I had a small hiccup of where I was working at, and the dog got wet, and, and it's just, my next project is going to be Deuce. So we'll see.
Yep. Cool.
But
good. Well, I'm really glad that where you're at and what you've done in your life, and I'm just so happy.
How's
for you.
this tart?
So, it's really good. Here, let's put that on again. We'll see if anybody have any questions.
Okay.
So I guess the moral of this whole story is that, like I said, I think we all go through ups and downs in our lives, and you just have to. All you can do is have faith of some sort, and whatever anybody believes in, whether they believe in the universe or God or whatever.
I just wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself.
Well, and so I think you have to have like something, I don't know, it's just, I pray every day that God will close doors that no man can close and open doors that no man can open. Because, and that's like how I live my life. And I know that that's just, for me, it just gives me strength and helps me move forward, because like I said, we all go through issues, and it's not easy.
Everybody's going through something, no matter what. Just be nice.
Right.
It doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Just be nice.
And to support each other, so that's exactly what it is. So so I think what we're gonna do now, we're gonna groom Dibs.
Yes, we are.
We're going to groom Dibs. And so we're going to talk about, we didn't really eat much of our cupcakes yet, but
we've been talking too much.
we're going to definitely do that later for sure. So there's a few things that Melissa wants to talk about with Dibs, and some of them you can talk about. Let me see if I can.
There you go. I just turned the volume down. Okay. I'm doing good with him, but I still have struggles. And I know what in my mind's eye I want it to look like, but it's really hard because he is a very patterned out dog. First of all, that doesn't make him any less of a nice dog. It's just we're missing hair. But if you read the breed standard, breed standard just says it's a cesspool of English, American, Springer.
Well, yeah, and in the English Cocker standard, it actually says that the American Cocker, English Cocker, and the Springer Spaniel were originally in the same litter, and they separated them by size and type at some point. And so, I don't know, that to me says that the patterning, because the English Cocker and the Springer Spaniel have the same pattern, right? So, a lot of and when we're talking about patterning on these guys, they tend to lose the hair on the front of their leg. You see this? Okay, so the front of their leg patterns down almost like an English Cocker, and they also get it on their thigh. A lot of them will get that patterning on the thigh, and so see, this is tight right here where it's patterned. So to me, that looks like an English Cocker, Springer Spaniel type of pattern. So I just look at it as maybe it's a genetic thing, that goes hereditary way back when they were in the same breed, in the same litters at some point. I don't know. That's just our speculation, but I just find it odd that they do that. But there might be someone else has a better answer to why they pattern. But that's just something that I always kind of thought. It's might be the
our
case.
own theory.
So the problem with the dogs when they do this is that coat on the front of the leg takes away from the volume of the bevel. So that's where you run into problems. I mean, if you were to look at him, you wouldn't be able to see that patterning, but it limits you on how much of a bevel you can do. and how to do that bevel to make it look nice without showing that patterning.
Making it look like he's walking around with high waters on.
Yeah.
You know, like cutting it off up to here. You can't raise the bevel up really high.
No, because you only have this much to work with. So it's like you can only go up as far as you can go. So we're going to work on that. We're going to show you how we're going to deal with that foot and trying to make it look good. And what other issues were we going to discuss? Any other problem areas that you have, or
yeast,
that was it?
The Cocker yeast that have been battling it with him.
With the yeast, because that's like kind of a Florida thing, right?
I think it's a Florida thing. He's the only one of my dogs that do have the problem, and it's in his feet. I have reached out on Cocker groups and asked questions and showed pictures, and the only thing that I've come up with that works for me is he gets a vinegar soak every time I bathe him. I just have him stand in it, and it just kills that bacteria in between the toes of his feet. So
yeah, because it just can be the humidity from down here.
Yeah.
And because they are so heavily coated, so
yeah. Yep. Okay.
Good.
So
and so the other thing, let's talk about the coat maintenance.
yes. Okay. Coat maintenance. He gets a bath twice a week.
And especially these Partis, because of the white coat, because they stain so easily, from the urine. So especially the male dogs, and so you want to keep them as clean as you can to prevent.
This is what I have right here. This is a wet dry brush. This is my go-to brush. Always. I use it on my own hair. If my dog can use it, I can use it. Basically, I use a lot of Arturo Flash.
Somebody was asking how. What is the process of beveling? We're going to show you that.
Yep.
Kim was asking about it.
Okay. I bathe him and I rotate my products. I rotate them.
Right.
I use Hydra Moisture. I use Isle of Dogs Gentle Cleansing Shampoo with this. This is the Demat spray.
Okay.
Or detangling spray.
For Isle of Dogs?
Isle of Dogs.
Okay.
Isle of Dogs, yes.
Okay.
I have light maintenance conditioner, but I tend to just go back to Coat Handler.
Really?
The purple stuff,
Oh, really?
the blue stuff. Yeah, it's a leave-in, and I mean, it doesn't look bad.
He feels great.
He doesn't,
He feels great. He feels really in great condition. And, that's the thing with these guys. You've got to keep them on a maintenance bath. I had 3 in coat at one time, and it was so hard. And everybody was getting in the bath. Like every other day, I'd throw somebody in the tub because otherwise you're breaking coat. And
right. Well, I mean, right now, honestly, Jodi, he's got a lot of broken coat.
Like on his shoulders.
Yes,
here?
right here.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's broken, but I mean, it's better than most, I guess you want to say.
He has enough volume that it doesn't hurt him so much.
Right.
I had one of my girls broke the coat on her shoulder, like right here, while I was competing with her. She was like my top dog, and it put a dent right here. Like it looked like this. It didn't like fall, and so I had to stop using her. I couldn't use her anymore because that broken coat right here in this area screwed up her whole
That's the
look.
difference too in contesting. Contesting, you have to, it's more. How do I say this?
It's a visual. It's more visual.
Yes, you have to. Like in dog shows, okay, if I break a piece of hair, it's going to be okay. Or if I.
Right, because they're looking at structure.
They're looking at structure on the dog, and in contest ring, they're totally going off your haircut.
Right.
They're totally going off your technique.
Right.
They're totally going off clipper lines.
The profile is number one.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna fault you in the dog show ring for that, where they fault you in the grooming contest ring.
Right.
So that's the difference. So,
yes.
Yeah. So coat maintenance is super important.
Yeah.
And it's just, if you want a Cocker Spaniel, especially in top condition, they've got to get in the tub every week. They just have to.
Yeah.
So.
He's like I said, I do him out twice a week. Maybe about once every 5 days or so, something like that.
Yeah.
I do flat iron his hair. But I take care of it too. Right. A lot of people don't like you to use a flat iron, but I do. I don't when I do his feet too because of the yeast issues that I have with him. I don't go in and scoop them out. I only leave it flush.
Right. Now, Joan Anderson, where did it go? Conditioner helps seal the white coat as it is more porous and it breaks easily, and that's super true. So that's why it's important not to bleach your dogs if they've got urine stains, because that makes it more porous and it makes it, hang on to the urine even more. So the best scenario for that is to condition them, bathe them regularly and condition them to seal the coat.
Right. And
to stay away from the bleaching, because the bleaching, it doesn't do any good. It just makes it worse.
Yeah, the coat handler.
How do you make your vinegar rinse?
Hold on, and I'll go get it, and I'll show you.
Okay.
Hold on.
Michelle Jessup said, I struggle with the patterning on my black and tans. So we'll show you guys how to do that. I also love Isle of Dogs. I use Isle of Dogs on my Cocker. Justin, I use the sit stay on him and the stand up on my Poodle Nick. I know, she's coming right back. Here she is. Let's see.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I need help on the crown. Okay, we're gonna
hit the crown.
We're gonna do everything for you guys, so you can see. It might be a little long, but we're gonna cover everything.
That's okay. We got a 6-pack of Corona. Cocker's, Corona, and cupcakes in that order.
Okay.
So the vet wrap is to keep the hair out of his mouth and to keep the ear hair straight before you go in the ring, any ring, contest ring or the conformation ring.
So right after you dry it, while it's still warm, the hair is still warm, is when I like to wrap them.
When you wrap though, you keep your finger in here so you don't cut the circulation off in the ears because it's easily to do.
Yeah. You don't want to wrap them too tight. You just want to wrap them so they stay nice and neat.
Okay. I use the distilled vinegar, but I got this.
Okay.
You want to get in here? Come here. Come on. Okay, come on. Get all 4 feet. Come on.
Oh, what a good boy. I'll go get the tuna.
Okay, get the tuna. It's just a regular cat litter pan, and he just sits in it, and it's the only thing that I have found here in Florida that will keep the yeast under control on his feet. And because he's always jumping around and he's always, he wears his nails down all the way to the quick, and I have to put clear toenail polish on his back feet so he doesn't make them bleed.
Hey, boys.
I let him sit in this for 15 minutes, and I use this right here. It's just regular Walmart distilled vinegar, and I put about this much in the bottom of it, just enough to cover the whole pad of the foot, and just let him just sit in it for a minute. And as you can tell, he's a really, really good boy. He listens to everything I say. Look at him.
Okay, Maria Gonzalez said, I have a Parti color in full coat, and I'm struggling keeping clean in her rear. I bathe her once a week and maybe wash her bottom and rear legs in between. She has a lot of white in that area. What would you suggest I do?
You can tie it up.
Tie it up.
And if you look, I don't have all my stuff in here, but what I'll do is I'll spray it down or condition it, and then right here where there's like a split, I just take it, and I used to have poodles, and I used to you have to do this every day. You can't leave it in or you're going to break the hair. You have to be diligent about it.
Right.
You can't just leave it in for a week and it will break all the hair back here. So if you go like this and if you tie it up all the way down on each side of the girl, then that way, it will stop it from breaking, pee stains, all that.
So the vinegar is full strength?
Yes.
Okay.
It's full strength.
Full strength. Okay.
But when what I do to start though, I'll take the bottle. If he's standing in the tub, I'll just pour it over him, and it goes like this, and then I'll just hit it with some water to make sure that it can go all through the skin, and I'll leave him standing in there for 15 minutes, and it helps so much.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
What else?
Okay. All right. We're a little delayed, but I think that's
okay.
what I see right now. Okay. So now when you do his back coat for the show ring, obviously you're not in competition anymore. So for the contest ring, the grooming contest ring, you have to let things grow for 4 to 6 weeks or whatever to show a difference. In the show ring, you're keeping up with this back coat. So when was the last time you stripped him?
I stripped it out just a little bit the other day, but not really a whole lot, because I wanted to make sure that I had something to come down here with. But as you can tell, like part of it lays nicely, and then back here at the rear end, stand up, buddy. Right.
And a lot of times, do you top cut that?
I will. Yes. So, on his hips, I will top cut this. I will.
So you can see the difference when you top cut. And there's nothing wrong with top cutting the rear and the hips. There's nothing wrong with that. You just don't want to top cut your back coat. And this is exactly why. If you can see where it kind of flips up, it's kind of flippy. And that's from cutting, right? And so you can see where he's pulled and he's carded, where it's laying flat and really nice. So that's why you don't want to top cut your back coat, because you'll ended up with all kind of flippy outies, and it's not going to look good. So it's okay with the rear, because you want to tighten that up and tighten the hips. So it's okay to do that. You do have to be careful with your buff dogs, because if you start cutting into your buff color coat, you're going to start seeing the lighter coat underneath. So if you have a light buff dog, you want to probably pull that, especially a buff dog that has a red jacket and then they have the real buff long legs. That's where you get into that color issues. So you want to be careful not to cut into that red coat, because you're going to have a mess. So
you can use this as a Chris Christensen stone, and then I have a really fine here, and I have this.
Hi, my kidney. Annette said top cut. Okay, so what that means is to go over the guard hair, or go over the top with your thinning shears to get everything to lay down.
Or you can get this right here. I have this.
Okay.
And when you arch the neck, see?
What is that? What is that thing? Oh man, where'd you get that? How cool is that? Where'd you get that?
Sally's.
Is that a secret?
Yeah, it's a secret. Anyways, when you arch their neck, you can come in like this, and you can take this also and turn it around the other way, and you can pop the line. When you're grooming, you can pop their line.
And what Melissa means by that is separating the white from the black. If you take, and I always did that with thinning shears, kind of, you take the white out of the black, and then it makes it look more vibrant and really pops the colors really nice, so it doesn't look like messy. So you can do that with your thinning shears, and we'll show you how to do that as we start to groom him. Let me just look at comments again.
Joan, more what?
Joan said, more carding than stripping.
Yeah.
Wasn't flat, shiny coat, not harsh all over. Okay. So yeah, you definitely want to card, and when you card, you want to hold the skin tight. Go ahead. Here, sit them down. You want to. This is a carding knife, and it's a wide blade, and I have these on my website that I sell the fine and the coarse and the combo, which is the fine on one side and coarse on the other. And when you have a wide blade, that is what you use for carding. The skinny blades that are more like this one, like a skinnier blade, that's more for pulling, for hand stripping, like terriers and stuff. So what you want to do is you want to hold your skin nice and taut and lay the knife down and card through it, and that's pulling out all the undercoat. And when you pull out the undercoat, it makes the guard hair just shine and really pretty. And you should be doing this on your pet trims as well. So if you're clipping a Cocker Spaniel with a 5F or a 7F, after you clip, you still want to go through and card out the undercoat, because that undercoat is what's going to make your blades track, and it's also going to make the back coat thick and woolly and dull. So even on your pet trims, it's important to card, because it's going to make your trims look nicer, and it's going to make the skin healthier and the coat shine. And you can see all this stuff. And this is all
Undercoat.
guard hair. The soft, fuzzy, like, you know, a dull coat is undercoat. And this nice shiny coat is your guard hair.
It's your
That's
top
your
coat.
top coat. That's your guard hair. And that's what you want to keep. And you want to take out this dull, soft stuff that's making it dull. And that's what's making your blades track on your pet trims. Okay? So Melissa's going to go back. Now, when you're doing this for dog shows, you have to worry about whether the dog has a solid top line, right? Because if you pull out too much undercoat, you're going to show a dip and things like that.
Yep.
So, but if you're doing a dog for show, you want to make sure that you're leaving the undercoat where the dog needs it. So if they have a dip, like right here over the withers, you don't want to pull out that undercoat because you're going to exaggerate that dip. Or if they have a low tail set, you know, you want to leave that undercoat in there to create that fill to give you the proper underline. So if you're showing or you're just getting into showing, you want to move your dog, have somebody move your dog and you look and see where they need that fill coat to give you a nice top line. So you don't want to just rake it all out. But for your pet trims, yeah, you can rake it all out because we're going to clip it anyway and we're not really concerned about the top line so much to speak. So, but the show dogs, you have to be concerned about that. Now, if somebody asked about the rake, the Andis rake. So
Yes, I have the fine tooth and I do that in the bathtub.
okay, so the fine tooth is good. I find that the Andis rakes don't cut as much as like the Coke King and stuff. So a lot of show people do use the Andis rakes to really muck out. If your dog has a lot of undercoat and you want to muck it out, it doesn't cut so much as other tools, and there's a lot of Springer people that use the Andis rake, but the fine one, and I don't really have any to show, do you?
I do.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Watch him.
So, and it looks kind of like a Coke King, but the teeth are finer together, and it is okay for taking out a lot of undercoat. It just helps you get to the finished product faster. It may cut a little bit, but it's not really enough to really be concerned about. And I know a ton of people that use that. So, so you just have to watch that. Oh, stay there, buddy. She's coming. But the other thing that we do is when we pull, most of the time these cockers, their top coat will grow to a certain length and then shed out. Like if you don't work this coat, it's not going to grow down to the ground. It's not the type of coat that grows. It's almost like you think about a golden retriever. Okay, they've got long coat. Most of their body is long. Their legs are longer. Look at their muzzle. Their muzzle never grows any length, right? And that's the patterning of that dog. They don't grow hair on the front of their leg. That's the natural patterning. So on this breed, as well as many others, their natural pattern is their back coat, their jacket, only grows to a certain length and then it sheds out. Okay, and then this part of their pattern, the long hair, will grow and grow and grow until you cut it. So it's almost like it's not like a terrier, where with terriers, when their coat grows to can only grow to a certain length and then it dies and it has to be pulled out, otherwise it blows and it's dead coat and you have to start all over.
Controlled shedding.
Right, but with the Spaniels, they don't do that. Their coat never dies and it never blows. It doesn't have that type of hand stripping. It's not treated the same way. The only reason why we pull the cockers is to create the proper top line. So I had one of my black and tans, Clara, that I competed with for years. She grew in the perfect jacket. I never had to pull anything. Mm-hmm. Like if anything, the top of her neck right here got a little bit long. It grew to the perfect length. She would grow undercoat this long coming up out of her back. And all I had to do was cart it out, cart it out, cart it out. And her back coat was the perfect length. I hardly had to do anything to it. It was the perfect dog. But a lot of them don't do that. A lot of them will grow length like over the withers, and they'll grow more length over the rear. So that's why we pull those areas, because we're just pulling to get some of that length off to create the proper outline and the proper jacket. So all dogs are different. Some you're going to have to pull more than others. Some are just naturally that way. So it just depends.
This is the Andis fine tooth rake. This is what I use on him in the bathtub. And on a dry coat. Come here. Come here. Turn around right here. Come on. Come here, buddy.
Do they not sell these anymore? Joan said that they don't sell them anymore.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. I think they do.
Okay. I'm not sure.
We'll find out.
I haven't really seen. I don't know. Okay, so it's very, very fine, and like Kim was saying that she was afraid that they cut, but they're super fine. The teeth are really close together, and they're not super sharp either. So that's why it's not a bad thing. And if you look at the stuff that she just pulled out, most of it is undercoat. I do see some cut top coat, but a lot of it is undercoat. So that's the thing. When you're using a tool, you can look at the coat when it comes out of the tool and you can see where it's cut or if it's undercoat like this. So you can see, and if you see cut hair, then stop using it. So it all depends on what tool you're using.
Well, getting back to what we were talking about for his feet, I've even tried this. This right here is Monostat 7 for humans, women, yeast infection.
Yeah.
In between the pads of the feet. It works wonderful as well, just letting y'all know. I have a stone also. And the stone can go in and we can pull it out with the stone, or I even have this little tiny little stone here, Chris Christensen, where you can sit down and pull all that.
All the fine
stuff. All that fine stuff.
This is a Sally stone. I sell these also on my website. Sally Hawks makes these, and they're great. And you use those to help you pull. So it helps you grip. So what you do is you put the hair between your thumb and the stone and pull. So it just acts as a grip. I don't like to pull a spaniel coat with a knife because I feel like the knife is easy to cut. So I prefer to use a stone myself to pull it. And again, we're just pulling the areas that we're trying to tighten to create that nice top
His
line.
rear end.
Right.
He needs, like, his hips.
Yeah. But, ideally it's best to pull in the hips and pull in, as much as you can, because if you pull, you're not going to get that color change in certain varieties and stuff. So if you can pull, that would be the best scenario. But if you need to just skim it with your thinning shears, it's fine to do that too.
Or even you can,
as long as it looks natural and it doesn't look, yeah.
Jodi, where did you get that?
I never seen those.
Sally's.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Isn't this nice?
Yes, very.
This thing is amazing.
Yeah, but you want to be careful where to use it. You don't want it only where you're blending. Like I can see using it on the shoulders where you want to blend your shoulders into your 10 blade work. It's got like a little bit of a razor blade in there, okay? And it's like a comb. And so you use it on those areas that you're trying to blend. So I can see that working really well. So, okay, so why don't we start doing his clipper work? You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at you, buddy.
The company is remaking them. What tool are we talking about?
We're talking about this tool. Who is that?
Let's see. The company, Jane said the company is remaking them and they will be on the market soon.
Come here.
Oh, is that the Andis rake you're talking about, Jane?
Come here.
Okay, we'll wait for her to respond.
I also do the rake on the top of his head, about his crown, and we were going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because he does have some undercoat under there. He used to walk around looking like little Elvis with his little wave going on the top of his head. And
this, Ileana, this is the magic wand. She called it the magic wand.
Yeah.
So Melissa got this at Sally's, and it's a comb with a razor blade in there. And so she's using it to blend those tight areas on the shoulders. So that's at Sally's. Beauty.
Sally's Beauty.
So again,
$5, best tool ever.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so like Melissa said, sometimes they have a lot of undercoat in their head as well. So you want to either take a rake, or if you don't have it, use your carding knife and rake through that top of the head, because they're only supposed to have enough hair on the top of their head to create that nice little dome, right?
He's got a big head,
and if they've got a big, beautiful head like him, he doesn't need a lot of hair. He doesn't need a lot. And a lot of pet groomers were trying to, make their American Cockers look better by leaving a dome, which is great. But I think a lot of them leave too much hair because they're not sure how much to leave. So if you're trying to perfect your pet trims, just remember all you want is to create a nice little dome, and they don't need a lot of hair. And a lot of times on your pet trims, you can use a 4F and skim over the top. You know,
I've never done that before.
Yeah, or a 5, but you don't want to do here. You want to do from here.
Well,
back.
I'm going to show you a trick that I do.
Okay, because you want to have a bend here, so you don't want to take your blade here and go back, because then
he'll be walking around like this.
Yeah. So, but you can skim it off and still, get that nice tight dome that the pet owners can handle.
Right.
Okay. All right. So why don't we show them how you do your head?
Okay. I have my Spectra. Pina and Lulu.
Oh shoot! I messed up your phone.
That's okay. Hold on.
How do I get back?
Here. Oh, there you go.
Okay. All right.
In case y'all were wondering.
Why does that say request to join Jodi's broadcast? Sending a join request. Did we need join request?
That's me.
Oh, okay. I just sent
guess.
it. I didn't know you had to do that.
I didn't either.
Okay. Ileana. Okay. All right.
Anyway.
So,
okay.
all right. So let's go over his head and show us what you're going to do.
He has a classic head.
Can everybody see okay?
Can you see?
Do I need to lower that a little bit, or is that good? No, I think it's good. Okay.
All right.
Let's move all of our stuff.
Okay. All of our goodies.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, wait. Before we go any further, I want you to we're talking about coat prep real quick. Talk about how you dry him and laying him down. And let's talk about that. So when you're dealing with a dog in full coat like this,
come here.
It is so important to teach them how to lay down for drying, because this hair is so thick and it's impossible to get it beautifully blown out if they don't know how to lay. So you need to teach your dogs when they're young to lay on their side.
And it'll help out when they're old too.
Right. But now put him back up again and show them how you lay him down.
Come on.
So when you're teaching a dog, how do you start?
When I'm teaching a dog, I usually start and I lay him down this way.
So you hold her?
I hold her. Stand up.
The front and back.
Okay. All right. Come on, man. Come on. What are you doing? Oh my God. What are you doing?
See,
okay.
What I always did was, like, with my dogs. Come here, Dibsy. Like, I would always he's like, I don't know.
He don't want to lay.
I would take
their hip
and their shoulder
and lay
pull them towards you, and then lay them gently down like this, and put your body on them until they settle, and then lift them up and hold your hand on their neck and here until they settle down. So that's always how I did it. But obviously he's really good at it and he doesn't have an issue with it. So, but it's so important. It's so important to get them to do this, because there's no way to get this hair in here straight with them standing up. And this hair, like inside the legs, and like when I blow them dry, I blow all this toward me and then blow it down, So it's important to get them to do this, to get a really well prepped coat. So, but you have to start that young, because, once they get a little bit older, they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is about the tuna fish cans. I don't have the right sizes, so.
Okay, I do.
But we can just show them on the front too.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, fine.
So here, we'll stand them
Come
up.
here, Dibbers. Up.
So, a lot of your dogs that don't want to
just grab the big ones.
Okay.
Grab the big ones. I have the big ones. I did this on my page a few weeks ago, and it worked amazingly.
So if your dogs don't stand real well for you, you can stack them up on tuna cans. And you can buy, what are they called?
Happy feet or something.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know.
You can buy the blocks that you put them on to train them to do that. But if you don't have those blocks, then you can use cans, and it makes them stand for you.
But you gotta have 4.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to have 4.
You gotta have 4. They're in my van. I carry tuna fish with me all the time. Never know when I'm gonna groom him.
Somebody wants the link where you can buy the black comb from Sally's.
Just walk into any Sally.
They're in Norway.
They're in Norway?
Yeah. We'll get that.
We'll get that for you.
We'll post it. Yeah, we'll
post it for you.
Okay.
It's $5. It's It's the best tool that I have found. Just like this wet and dry brush, this thing right here, I'm telling you what, this is a godsend.
I use that on my hair.
I mean, I don't lose any coat at all. None. Stay. Now, put your foot there. Okay. Stay right there.
Okay, so this is a good way to train your dogs to stand on the table if they're not standing really well for you. I know I love you too. Okay.
All right, here.
All right, buddy. Here.
Come here. All right, so, ouch. All right. I use the Spectra. I like this blade, this clipper, and it's the 40, the 30, the 15, and the 10.
Okay.
And you can put it, I usually do a 10 reverse on his ears.
Yeah.
Except he hangs his head, so, ouch. Here, Jodi, can you pull that up?
Yep.
Thank you. Here. Here. There you go.
Most
cock. No, I'm good. Okay. I'm good. I can see. Thanks. And it's 1/3 of the ear. It's just, and it's a little, it's not completely straight across. I always do a little inverted V a little bit. And I only trim to the top of the ear while I'm doing this.
Right to where the ear meets
the head. Yeah.
And you want that ear nice and tight, and a 10 reverse gives you a really nice tight ear. And even for your pets, your pet groomers, a 10 against is the best, really.
And I do a 40 on the inside of the ear.
Yeah, because these guys are so prone to ear infections from the heaviness, the weight of the ear. So the tighter you get the inside of the ear, the better it is. And whatever pattern you use on the outside of the ear, whether you go straight across or a V, you want to do the same pattern on the inside of the ear so it matches. And a good rule of thumb is to go right to where the fold of the ear.
Right here, at the bottom where it folds back.
At the bottom of the fold. That's like a good rule of thumb of where to do your clipper work too. You want to get that edge nice and tight.
You can always go back and scissor it if you want to. Here, you want to do that side and that ear? Okay. Ooh.
And you always want to use your finger to push,
to guide it,
to ear out, to give it a flat surface. Because the flatter surface that you have, the better finish you'll get on it. And you know, they've got cartilage and stuff and folds, and so if you can get that pulled out, you'll get a better finish on it. You want to get that edge. I always kind of go over and dig into my finger, and that gets that edge nice and clean. Hey, Dips. I can't see. Kind of blind.
You want me to turn that light on?
No, I'm okay. I'm almost done.
All right. So,
everybody.
Okay. All right. Now that, with that being said, Jodi showed me a trick. I'm going to have her do her side, but I'm going to. What? You missed something? You missed a hair. She missed a hair.
How do you turn this on?
Push the button. Push the button.
I can't miss a hair. Oh, shoot. Okay.
All right. So, what I've learned over my years of grooming, 31 to be exact, stop. It's not for you. He has a classic head. And I find that to make his eye, now you don't have, this one works for me. I go in like this. Well, first of all, you're going to come straight down right here. Stop. Okay? And then right above each eyebrow, I float it off.
And when you come under the eye and up over the eye, the dog will automatically close their eye. And it takes the eyelash off too.
Yeah.
So it's important to get your eyelashes tight. And the breed standard says that they should have a well-defined brow. And a lot of pet owners, pet groomers don't realize that. And so they leave the hair on the brow. And when you do that, that's the first hair that falls in their eyes as it grows out. And that's why most pet owners don't want you to leave a crown, because it gets in their dog's eye. But if you remove that brow hair like you're supposed to, the hair from there behind the brow automatically goes back. It grows back. So that hair on the brow grows forward. So it's really important to get that brow hair off. And you can either do it with a 10 blade like Melissa's doing it, or you can even take your thinning shears and tighten up that brow.
Look at, doesn't that look pretty?
And see what's happening is the rest of this hair goes back.
It just goes back by itself.
So, and then it'll stay, it'll have a nice crown. So
oh, I kind of got some clipper marks over there.
Yeah, that's okay.
Here, your little float trick.
I don't know if it'll work there.
No, I meant right here on the muzzle.
Oh, okay. All right, so Melissa and I were talking last night about stuff, and I asked her, how she did her muzzle. And I said, don't you do the drag thing? And she was like,
what drag thing? What's a drag? This dog is not a drag.
So, and I learned this from one of my Cocker breeders a long time ago.
Okay.
So, the thing about these guys, and a lot of the buff dogs, they don't carry a lot of hair on the muzzle. They don't grow a lot of hair on muzzle, just like springers. Some Cockers grow like a lot and some don't. And just like your springers, they don't grow a lot on their muzzle. So if you take your blade and you go in here and you clip this muzzle out, you're getting into this soft, natural downy coat, right? This soft stuff that's natural. And so it can do two things. It could make their muzzle look really narrow, and then it could also leave a lot of clipper marks because it's soft stuff. So, what you want to do is you want to take your clipper and put it on your table, with the blade pointing down like that, and then grab it. So normally when you hold your clipper, you hold it like this. Mm-hmm. You don't want to do that. So if you hold it down and then pick it up on the back with your blade pointing down. And so what you want to do with your blade pointing down, you want to pull your muzzle out of the lip, pull the lip out, and from under the eye, you want to skim like this, light-handedly down. Okay, you don't want to go down. You want to go from the eye forward and skim. And what you're getting is the. Turn that off. Okay. I know, I'm a newbie to this. So what happens is the cutting edge of your blade, it's the way that it grabs the skin, because that's touching the hair first, is that cutting edge, and it's like razoring the edge, and it's making it super plush. And so where if you hold it like this, the teeth are here and the cutting blade is up here, so the hair is feeding in, and it's feeding in to the cutting edge and cutting it. But when you do it like this, the cutting edge is just grabbing it and razoring it, and so it takes off all the long wispies and all the whiskers without cutting into the soft stuff. So what you end up getting is a really nice plush muzzle, and it leaves that volume that they're supposed to have, because the American Cocker, their muzzle should be the same width as their side skull. Okay, so it should be...
Their mouth should be big enough to hold a bird.
Yeah, right. And so, and a lot of our pets they have that narrow muzzle. Mm-hmm. So if you take your blade and you clip that muzzle clean, you made it even more narrow. And then they look real blocky. Then they've got this big side skull and a skinny muzzle. So by using that trick, by dragging, you'll take off only what you need to make a nice, pretty muzzle. So,
and I use a 40 right here on the front of his face. Mm-hmm. A 40.
Oh, right on the front.
Yeah,
right. And the other thing you can do with your 40 is skim
The lip
skin my
line?
whole lip, yeah.
Okay.
So because you want that pretty lip that they have, so you want it just on the edge. You want to skim that and really exaggerate that nice pretty lip, and you can do that with a 40. Let's see. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how we do the muzzle and the eyebrows. So now go ahead and do your cheeks.
Okay. I take my cheeks. Okay, hold on. With a 7. That's how I do it.
What is that?
This is a 7.
A 7F.
A 7F reverse. Because I want it to look natural, like it grew this way.
Right.
Just his cheeks and up the side.
A 7 against is pretty much the same as like a 10.
Right.
Yeah.
And they have a well chiseled head area. Let's see here.
And
Under the eye.
Especially when you're doing like the buffs. A 7F against is good. You know what else is good?
An 8.5?
8.5.
An 8.5.
Works great for...
a lot of people don't even... That I know all these newbies that have never even heard of an 8.5.
Yeah, I think Andis is the only one that has it. And it works great. One of my Canadian friends, Ann Current, she turned me on to an 8.5 on the Springers and English Cockers, and it works really good. So if a 10 against is leaving choppy blade marks, then try an 8.5 or a 7F against.
Stop. And on his throat area here.
Okay, so now let's talk about the throat, because a lot of people don't know where to clip to.
Okay.
So let's talk about that.
2 fingers above the breastbone. Or you think 3? What do you think?
No, I do 2.
Do you do 2?
Yep.
Okay. So that's right
before it caves in.
right here.
Kind of. Like
Okay,
right
well,
at
it
the
looks like
bottom.
I'm too far then.
No, just right. You want it to like right at that point, but
Okay.
you don't want to drop it so far as to
Okay.
expose
And
that.
I do that in a 10 reverse.
Right. It's so funny doing cockers with somebody. I always have to do them by myself.
No, it's fun.
It is fun.
Okay, hold still, buddy. Now, some people, if you look, right here is where they take, how do I say this? The clipper, but I take my arch for my neck and throat side of the neck, and I pull it right into the shoulder with the 7.
Yeah.
And that's when I take that magic wand, the black thing, and that's when I blend it.
Yeah. So like under the ear, like that's
The bulb of the ear or from under the ear.
like that whole part on an angle.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
You want to take tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna fall off the table. Hold on, Dibs.
Because you want it, when you look at these guys from the front, you want to see that nice, smooth shoulder. You don't want to see any hair, any sticky outies, because if you left hair there and, you know, where it was all wispy and sticky outy, it's not gonna look nice and neat. You know, when you look at these guys, you want that to be nice and sleek and showing off that shoulder. And it's the same thing. Everything that we've done on the clipper work on the head and the throat and the shoulders, you do the same thing on your pet trims. There's no difference.
Also, what I do for my head is if you take your thumb and your first finger from your corner of each ear. What?
Joan said, the God seam, where God sewed the dog together.
You take, when you're doing the crown, and you put your finger on top of this ear over to this ear, and that's basically where you want to leave the hair.
Right.
Okay, so with that being said, I come back and I take my 10 blade, and I just go like this, all the way around the head.
See, I don't do the back skull.
I do. He's got a big head.
Oh.
He's got a big head.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's where you come back in with your 7 and come like this down.
Yeah. See, and that's what it's all about, is knowing your dog and knowing what...
He's got a big head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Anyway, all right, with that being said, then, where's my magic wand? You have it?
Yep.
She has the magic wand, and that's where this comes into play. And I just start going like this, and I blend it. And it looks like it grew that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that works good.
I mean, you can come back and you can use your thinning scissors if you want to.
Do it again.
Here. Go ahead.
Nice. Yeah. That's good. I've seen other razors like this, but
That's safe.
They're very extreme.
Yep.
This is, it is, like you said, it's very safe.
It's very safe.
It doesn't take too much out.
No.
So it just takes enough.
Yep.
That's good.
Okay. All right.
How come I keep losing the comments? Where are they?
Here, you got to swipe to the left.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Okay.
The butterfly.
I don't...
What's a butterfly?
Oh, at the top of the hat? Joan? Well, see, is that what she's talking about probably? See, that's kind of what I do. I think that's what Joan's talking about.
Okay.
Like, I don't like to see this really tight clipper 10 against back here because you know who told me that?
Who?
What's that lady's name in Massachusetts that used to show springers, that used to judge?
I have no idea.
Joan knows who that is.
Joan.
Do you remember who that was, Joan, in Massachusetts that used to she used to judge our shows all the time. She used to show springers. What was her name? How do I swipe?
Left.
I'm not an iPhone person.
Here.
Anyway, so I remember her, doing a seminar with her once, and
Stop.
she said, never clip the back skull of a sporting dog.
Okay, well.
And so I'm not saying anything about you. I'm just saying that that's where I learned it from. And so you can do what you want. You're the top winner. You're like the top owner handler right now. So I'm not going to fault anything you do. But so anyway, so I would do like this part like you did. But I would leave a little strip right here. Right
here?
Yeah, and that's what Joan's talking about with the butterfly, is because it looks like a butterfly. It goes here and here, and you leave this. And then, so this way, it's a nice transition from the long hair to the neck hair. Okay, but it's not clipped that tight.
Okay.
So I would just leave that right there.
Okay.
And then use your thinners and really tighten it. And then it'll look more like it grew that way.
Okay.
That's what.
Bless you.
And I believe that's what Joan was talking about.
Stop.
We're a little bit delayed. I think that's why.
Let me see.
We'll see. We have to wait for it to come through.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right. All right.
Alrighty. So now we're gonna like thin that in, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. Come here, bud.
Where are those cupcakes?
Right there.
So now you want your side skull nice and tight. So this hair right on your side of your skull up as tight as you can get it. So your crown is in the center.
He's got a big head and he doesn't need a lot of hair on his head at all.
The one thing that you don't want to expose is that temple. You see how it dips in there?
Now see, if I was in a grooming contest, I would have got faulted for that.
Well, it just makes their eye bulge out.
Right.
Right. So you have to be careful of that temple.
So it has to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're doing your clipper work, just make sure you don't get in there.
I did that right there.
Yeah, that's okay. The lighting in here is not great. We'll blame it on that.
Okay. You got to go left.
I know.
Okay, then go
do
up.
it for me.
Oops, shit.
Okay. Careful of temple. See?
Yeah, Joan.
I'm crashing. I just said that, Joan. Okay. Michelle, I've also heard it called the bow tie.
Yeah, a bow tie in the back.
Because that's what it looks like. You know, it's got it goes like this on both sides, and then it has the center. So, yeah. Because remember, your whole goal, like you've been saying, is to make it look like it grew that way, right? So that's the whole goal. And anything that in this little stop here that's looking funky, pluck. Like I would take my stone and pluck that going back. Anything that's coming
Can you
forward,
give me that little stone over there?
Yeah.
The little one with the pink. Yeah.
anything that's poking straight up or it doesn't look nice and neat and tidy, pluck it. This way it comes out from the root and it'll grow a no hair at some point, but it's better than cutting it.
If you cut it, it takes longer to grow back.
Yeah, and it pokes up, so
Yeah.
you're better pulling it out from the root. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then even the, see where it's like doing all that funky stuff? So I would pull some of
Pull
that.
it.
Yeah.
See all this?
Yeah, because you don't want to cut too much of the top. Like when I do my crowns, I pull everything to the side and thin, and then pull it. See all that overhanging?
Yep.
So thin that, right? So pull it all over. Now thin it to the side skull. It's almost like a poodle top knot, right? So you comb it all over, scissor it, comb it all over, scissor it, and then when you
I do that with my
up,
Bedlington too.
Yeah, and then when you comb it up, it's usually the right length.
Is he gonna fall off? Come here, buddy.
He's good.
I don't know.
And if it's doing that little calicky thing, then pull it up and then pluck.
Yeah. I don't want to cut that off though.
Right, you don't want to cut it.
Don't cut it off. You're
So
gonna have to just wait.
Yeah, you're better off pulling what's in your way, what's not looking right, than cutting it.
See?
You're better off. You don't want to cut the top skull.
Sorry, Jodi.
See it and how easy it's coming out? Okay.
Want me to hit the phone for you again?
Yeah.
There,
Swipe
to the left. There you
Okay, I
go.
got it. Okay.
All right.
I got it. Let's see. Denise Cohen said those thinners look badass. What thinners are they? Kenshi?
Nope.
Gators. Oh.
These are my go-to cheap, $100.
The guide gators. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got hair here.
Let's see. Okay.
And then I will come in with my thinners and just,
Yeah. Get it nice and flat.
yep. Come here.
Remember, they're supposed to have a nice arch in their neck here, so you want to see a nice arch. So what you're doing is you're tightening up the sides, and that's going to exaggerate your arch in your neck.
He's got white hair, so it doesn't really arch like a buff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not there.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Well, and if you don't have the arch that you need, then you don't want to card that area at all.
All right.
Undercoat leaves a nice fill.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Jibbers. Good boy. Okay, and the rear.
Okay.
Let's work on the rear.
All right. So now we're gonna do his hips and his tail.
Yep. Come here.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So what do you do first?
First I start like this is what I do to get on his show side, and I want to show off this muscle right here, and I want this tight. Not super tight, but tight.
Right.
And the shoulders. I mean, you can come back in here. We can come back in here because it's not very tight right now, but this is just the gist of it.
Yeah.
We could be here for 5 hours.
I know.
We could be here for 5 hours grooming him.
I know. We want to get to the bevels, so we'll just like hit the points and then we'll move on to his bevels.
Okay.
And then we can come back and finish them later.
Okay. We gotta have drink Coronas later.
I know. and eat cupcakes. We have lots of cupcakes.
Let me see. He looks so. It's the way he's standing, but right now he looks a little high in the rear.
Yeah, it's just the way he's standing.
It's the way he's standing.
Right.
There. He's going to lay down. Anyway, I take thinning scissors and I come in from the side on each side. And actually, let me back that up. I'll come in with the 7 blade and I'll come in and I'll make it tight. But just right here on this. Here.
I've never done that before. You do it.
You haven't?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I usually just pin it. But.
Yeah. Okay, and then I just come in with the thinning scissors and then blend it all. And take this tighter.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't touch this area right here in front of the tail.
Right.
Because how do I,
well,
when
yeah.
I stack, I mean,
yeah.
I don't think, he doesn't have a low tail set. It's the way he's standing. He's not standing. Come here, buddy.
So when you're doing the tail, so I always comb everything over to one side. And then scissor it flush to the edge.
Okay.
Almost like we did with the head. And then comb everything over to the other side and then scissor it flush. And then usually when you comb it down, it's like the right length on the top.
Okay.
See if that works. And then you always want your tip nice and tight.
Okay.
The tip and the underside, I think you did like a 7-up with the underside?
Yeah.
You could do, yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
And then I'll come back in here and then I'll start pulling. I mean, and the difference between contest grooming and show grooming, I can work on this dog for 3 days.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I do it in between grooms of my client dogs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just, and it's a, you know, I don't have to wait 6 weeks to groom my dog. And then it's like so overgrown and so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, come here.
Yeah.
So, but I take this little tool here and I can just sit here and I'll just pull.
Yeah. Who makes that?
I don't know. It had one on each end.
Professional nail art. That's cool.
I got one of these too.
That
over here.
reminds me of the original Chris Christensen stones. But it's nice because it has a handle.
Here, I even got one of those.
Yeah, but this is better because it has a handle. That was hard to hold. Like I used to use these all the time.
Hold on, I got
stones.
something else too in here. I thought I did anyway.
But it was hard to grip. Where this actually has a little bit.
What
of
is
handle.
this? This has never even been used before. Oh, I'm a product freak. I got
that's
get
another one. Yeah. Yeah. That one's actually a little thicker.
Yeah. Come here.
That's a little bit easier to hold. Arcadia Beauty Labs.
I got it at a dog show somewhere. Here, lay down, buddy. Let me do your butt. Lay down. Come on. Lay down. I did use clippers on this before. I want to try to get it to grow out so it will lay like this. You know what I mean?
Hi, Natalie. Natalie is here from Australia.
Hi, Natalie. Let's see. And it helps when your dog is really good on the table.
Yeah. And it's okay to let them lay down when you're pulling, you know, and carding.
And blow drying.
Yeah, I prefer to let them lay down. So, you're in there for a reason.
But, you got it? Get comfortable, dude.
You know, and while Melissa's pulling some stuff, let's talk about the Parti color dogs. And this is the same for any dog that has white, right? So your red and white, your black and whites, your tries. The white
is a different texture.
Different than the black. Really different. And so the white tends to lay nice and flat, where your black,
Is woolly.
it's almost like the hair shaft is thicker than the white. The white hair shaft is skinnier and it's a finer hair shaft, where your black is more, it's a thicker kind of. So it lays differently. Like you can see here, like the black is fluffy and the white is laying flat. So
That's why this right here on his head is, or his arch is so flat.
because of the white.
Because of the white.
Right.
Because it's white. And now
Right.
if it was black,
Yeah.
it would be thicker
Yeah.
in the volume and higher.
Right.
But
Right.
him, it's white. So
Right. So with that being said, a lot of times you have to card more on the black coat to get it to lay down to the same, height as the white, right? And sometimes you have to pull more of the black, and you don't have to pull the white at all. So it's really
yeah, if you got
right?
a dog with a white coat that's got a nice back coat, you don't have to do anything at all.
I know, it's beautiful.
If you can find with a good back coat, you can kick some booty.
Yeah, yeah.
You can kick
For
some
sure.
booty out there.
It's for sure.
See?
Yeah.
That's the problem with these things.
Yeah, I know. That's what I didn't like about those when they came out. So you could just use a Sally Stone. That seems to work better anyway.
This thing.
Now, okay, so the other thing about the black and the two color textures, like I find the black and tan feet to be so hard to do because
Why?
Because the black is mostly a silkier than
The brown?
tan.
Oh, the tan?
Think about a Yorkie. You know how hard it is to do black and tan Yorkie feet, because the black is, you can scissor nice, and then the tan shows every mark. It's the same thing with the black and tans. And it's so hard to get them to look good. So a lot of times I'd have to go around the entire bevel with thinning shears to, rough out the edge of my bevel so when the dog moves, you don't see scissor marks and you don't see the coat moving. So the two-toned feet can be a struggle sometimes,
Yeah.
with the different colors.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maria has to go back to work.
Oh, sorry.
It'll be on my Facebook wall so you guys can watch it again. I'll keep it up for a while. Battery's getting low on your phone.
Is it? Oh, what is it? 20%?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, jeez, your phone. I don't like iPhones. My kids are always going, why do you get an iPhone? I'm like, because I don't like them. That's why. Okay.
All right.
All right. So, so where are we at? So you're pulling.
I'm pulling, but
Are you going to go over it?
I mean, I could take it down with a pair of thinning scissors, or I could take it down with a 7-blade.
Well, what do you normally do when you show them? Do you thin it down?
I thin it down.
All right. Well, let's stand them up and thin it down, and we'll show them how to do it, because, it's good to pull, but if you need to,
In the contest
tighten it up, then
ring,
you gotta
don't
do what you
pull.
gotta do.
In the contest ring, don't thin it. Don't do that.
I know.
Don't do that.
It's better if
It's better if you pull it. And with here, do you do this? Do you do this this way? Here.
All right.
Don't miss a spot.
I don't know if I can use those though.
Okay.
It's against my it's against my better judgment.
Well, I don't have any of your scissors.
Well, why not?
I'm broke. No, I'm joking. Let them so they can see.
Okay. So I just lightly go over the top, and again, like Melissa said, you got to be careful not to take it too tight, because you don't want to pinch it. You don't want to make it look like you thinned it. So you're just going to go in here and top cut.
What's a slim hippie cowboy? A slim hipped cowboy. What is that, Joan?
Okay, so now you see? Okay.
You can't mess it up because he's in the show ring now, and
Yeah.
it's okay.
So look at this. See all this black and all uneven stuff?
This right here, this whole line needs to be tight.
So see, I take my thinning shear and I'm going to take out the black in the white. And this little point right here, should I take that out?
Yeah, you can take that out.
All right.
It's better when you can work on your dog for days before the show. He's like, what are you doing back there?
So anyway, you just want it to be so it's flat. You don't want to take it too tight, just so it's flat. I can lift this up.
Yep. Yep.
And just kind of
I find too, by the third day, Jodi, that I'm showing, the back coat is perfect by the third day.
Really?
Of a 5-day show.
Okay.
Yes. I work on it like the week before, and which is bad on my part, but I have to work for a living.
Right.
And sometimes I don't have time to do my dog because I have to pay rent and
right. Exactly.
It's life. And I guess that's too why I don't get so stressed out, because I know that
you have as much time as you need to do it.
Right.
So okay, so you can see how it's laying flat now.
Right here.
But see what I
missed
do?
a spot over here.
But see what I do is I'll lift this.
Yep.
And I'll match it to the top. So I lift it and then I take off whatever is long. So this way it blends from here to
Down.
here. So don't be afraid to lift it. Did I get it?
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
It's right here.
Okay, and so see the tail, what you want to do is hold the tail up and go right from the hip and go straight out off the side. And then you can kind of hit this, like she was saying, over the tail set. I kind of hold it up and get it to come off without it breaking. You don't want it to break right here. Here, turn him that way just a little bit. So,
but also too, when you have to understand, it's an illusion too of this dog, because when you stack him and you look, it's patterned out right here. It makes him look like he's long in body, and he's not. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I even had a friend say one time, maybe you should just dye all this black, to break it, so he doesn't look like he's.
Well, I
long.
think as long as you move your tuck up forward.
I know, but that's where this patterned out, and that's what makes it so difficult.
It's making it look like, yeah. Okay. Okay, so don't be afraid to clean up your Parti lines and make them pop. Make your lines pop. Mm-hmm. Make the colors pop, I mean. It just makes it look neat.
Even right here, we could pull that too.
Yeah, you pull that.
I'm going to pull that. We're not going to touch that.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I've also learned that somebody had told me right here, Jodi, like on the indentations of the front, in the front of right here, these you can scoop them out with a 10 blade right here.
Oh, see, I would always go in there with my thinners and just notch it out on both sides, and that makes this front pop.
Right.
By going in on both sides right there.
Okay.
So, but you could do that when you're doing your clipper work. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
So when you're doing your clipper work, you can go down on both sides of the breastbone.
Yeah, and that little divot, there's 2 divots on each side right here. Just kind of, until you get comfortable, you can use your thinning scissors. But take the 10 blade in there and just kind of scoop it out just a little bit.
And it just makes that front pop right out.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to work on feet?
Yes.
Anybody have any questions on the hips or the shoulders or the head or anything that we just... nice, tight, muscular butt. Okay. All right.
I'm going to go get the charger for you for the phone so you can keep it.
I have, it's an iPhone, right?
Yeah, it's an iPhone. You have an iPhone?
No, but I have chargers from Oliver.
Okay.
Hold on. Here.
Do you have a thing to go into the wall?
Here.
Okay. Keep that over there by you so you can hook it up.
Okay. Alrighty.
Okay. So let's clean this all off. All right. Any questions from anybody?
I don't think so. Let's see. Thanks for doing this live, sharing information on the different textures in the coat. You're welcome. Okay. Alrighty.
All right.
I got it. Okay. Ready, bud? Let's start in the back.
Okay.
That's the easiest.
Come here.
You know, and I don't know about you, but I always start in the back because, well, not in his case.
Do you want me to flat iron
No,
this?
you know what? Maybe in his case, you should start in the front. I always start in the back because I feel like the front bevels, you know, normally they've got so much coat in the front that you can bevel, you know, like up to here if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But the back can never support that high of a bevel because it's not as heavily coated
Mm-hmm.
as the front. So I always got my back feet the way I wanted them, as prettiest as I could.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would do the front because the front and the back have to be the same height,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if your back can only come up so high, you have to know how far of a bevel you're going to be able to get on your back.
Right. Okay. So yeah.
But because of
the
his
front
patterning issue, I think you need to do your front
first
to get it where you want it, and
Yep.
then match the back.
Do you have a longer?
I don't know.
No. I'll hold them. I'll hold them. Oh, did you fall apart?
Yeah.
Is that all that damn Corona?
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Hold on. Let's
All
see.
right.
Oops. I don't think I do.
It's okay.
I can hold them up though.
You can. Well, I'm gonna let you do it first.
Huh? You are?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's kind of yeah.
Well, are you sure you don't want to show us how you do it?
I'm sure.
Oh man.
You have to be really, really careful.
The one thing that I can tell you about bevels is that you'd never want to jump into them. It's slow and steady wins the race. Right?
Yep. Yep.
Hang on, let me get all my stuff.
Hold on here. Right here. All right. Let me see here. Here's a show lead. Hold on. Let me see this here. All right. Come here. All right. All right. Come here. Stop.
Where's my...
Okay. Hold on, guys.
I know, I'm trying to find my scissors. Hang on. I just had them yesterday. Oh, here they are.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty.
Come here.
So, you got it?
Yeah. Well, not really, but I'm gonna have somebody. I'll hold for you, and then you can hold for me.
Why don't we turn the table so this is like in the front?
Okay.
Hold on, Dibs.
All right.
Okay, let's spin.
Oh, it's a spinner.
It's a spinner.
It's a spinner.
There
Here we
we
go. Yeah. I was doing everything the hard way. He's like, "What are you doing, ladies?" Okay. Let's see here.
All right, we got this now.
Yeah. Hold on here. Come here. Bless you. It's all right.
And I think the key to this foot is keeping that black to cover.
Yep.
Okay, because you guys see how that white is so patterned here?
Here, hold on.
Okay? So the worst thing that we could do right now is to make this black short where it's going to show that.
Yeah.
See that? So that black, we don't want it any shorter than where it is, really. Oh, maybe a little bit.
Not much though.
Not much. Okay. So what I want to do is hold this black out of the way. Find my toe. Come around. You have to use a really nice serrated
To grab the hair.
scissor to grab these thick bevels.
Can you hear that? That's
You hear the serration?
crunch, crunch,
Yeah, yeah.
crunch.
That's how you can tell what a scissor is serrated, when you can hear it. If you can't hear it, then
not.
it's a finishing shear. If you hear that scissoring, that's a serration, and that's what grabs hair. And when you're trying to take coat off a dog, you need a serrated scissor to do that. Okay, once I get that base set, then I'm going to comb all this down. And I'm going to lightly hold this, and I'm going to start taking off what's hanging over the edge.
And
Push
remember,
it back a little bit.
yeah, because of his patterning out, you can't take a whole lot off. Because it will end up looking like he has high waters.
Well, he'll look like a slipper foot.
And it's ugly.
He'll have a slipper foot. And we don't want to see a foot.
Yep. Oops, sorry.
That's okay. And right now, I'm not focusing on the outside or the back because he's got plenty of hair to deal with that. I want to get the front to look decent. He can put his leg down just a little bit. So I want to get the front to look good. And once I get the front the way I want it, then I'll move and finish the rest. Can you guys see?
Can you see? Yeah, they can see.
Okay, so
where can we find those shears, Jodi?
these are the Gaib cheetahs. They're a Filipino style shear, which means they have a really wide blade.
Here, look at
I've been
these.
using these from day one. They're more finishing. Those are the Avantis? What are they?
Free bird, but they're big and they got a big curve in them.
Oh, okay. I've been using these from the first time I got my first cocker. And they work great on bevels. Okay. All right, so you see how I'm just like pushing in lightly? And then I'm taking off what's hanging over the edge. This is how you get a bevel to bevel up.
But that's as short as that can go, really.
Right.
Because if you take that shorter, what's going to do, it's going to raise it up and it's going to look like he has a hula skirt on.
We're going to see the pattern.
Yep.
We don't want to see the pattern. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thinning shears.
And go around. Joan said, yup.
And I'm going to come around.
Stop.
And I'm going to lift this. I'm going to lift this up into that black. You have to keep them standing the way you want them, especially with the front. Because if they are like holding their head down and you do their bevel, as soon as you stretch their neck up, this is going to be all the way up here.
And it's going to be...
it's going to look like crap, right?
Yeah.
So you got to get them really standing in their loop.
See, it does. It looks like he has little slippers on, if you see. Mm-hmm. Just stop.
Okay, let him stand all the way on force.
Okay.
Because if he doesn't, he's leaning and I can't...
Hold on. Stop scissoring, Jode.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. I find that my hardest part is right here between the 2 feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What do you do with that?
I'll show you.
Okay.
That's probably my favorite part.
Is it?
Uh-huh. Okay. Come on, buddy. See, where it's just like falling now, it's kind of falling right over. Like I tighten the white up at the base. And it just, now look at that. That looks pretty, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then once I do the front, where I get the front the way I want it.
You want to turn the table?
Yeah, a little bit.
There.
You push that in. Come around.
Upside down doorknob shape.
Push that back hair back into the pad. And then cut that to the back pad. I don't like to pick my foot up and scissor any of the bevel off at all until, the only time I'll do that is to do the back, that back pad, or when I'm completely done with the bevel, then I'll lift the foot up. Because a lot of people will pick the foot up, scissor this bevel in, and that's where you can get into trouble by cutting up into the side of your bevel. So I never pick the foot up until I am done. It's hard to do it, this table's so low.
You want me to raise it?
No,
it's not
then
high.
we have to change the camera.
Oh.
Okay. Stay, bud. Then I'm going to keep pushing it in and come around and meet the side. Then meet the front. Get up, bud.
Gabriel, what a good dog. He's so patient. He's been doing this his whole life.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm just getting this, the back of the pad set in, back of the bevel set in.
Mm-hmm. Ouch. Ow.
Using my thinners. I'm sorry if I'm in your way.
You're not in the way.
Okay.
I have to use the restroom.
And I'm not going to really worry about the back of this foot too much because that goes into the underline later. So right now I'm just getting the base off the ground. And then we do this back bevel, the back of the front leg we do when we set the underline. So right now I'm just trying to get it off the ground and get that nice angle from the back pad up. And I'm using, these are Arturo Alp 43s, and they work really well on scissoring, thinning shear the Cocker bevels. They do a really nice job. Okay, come here, buddy. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish and go through the, she's coming right back, don't worry. Are you a mama's boy, huh? Lift his foot, and I'm gonna follow through and do the inside. Comb it down. Come here, bud. The thing about bevels is it's all about combing, combing, combing. I'm gonna wait for her to come back because I don't want to mess him up because he won't stand up. He's looking for his mommy. All right. Okay. Okay. Do you want to do the other front foot and
Sure.
then we can do the...
Sure. All right. And then I have my Avantes.
Let me check our messages.
Okay. Any messages? No?
Mm-mm. Justin, that's your buddy up here, Just. That's your buddy. Who's a good boy? I know you're so handsome.
Oops, this is in my way.
Justin's watching.
Hold on here. What are you doing? Are you a good boy? I know. Okay. Up. Come on. This one's longer than that one.
Now, are both legs patterned about the same?
I think so. Pick it up. Let's see.
Yeah, probably so.
Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when I was competing in the Oster Invitational, I had a try that I was competing with, and I never competed with him before. I was keeping him up for Tracy Lynn Carroll. She was showing him at the time. And so he lived right down the street from me. And so I was just bathing him every week while they were showing him. And I groomed him in between when he wasn't showing and stuff. And he had massive legs, like massive.
Hair?
Yeah. Yeah, so thick. He was beautiful. And so I knew I could never do him in the contest ring because his legs were so thick. I'd never get through him in the time allotted. So the Oster Invitational, you got
3 hours?
2.5. And so I thought, oh, I could probably do him in 2.5, right? And so, and I had never brought him in the ring before. So, and he was so stunning. And so anyway, I did them in the amount of time, and I was sweating on the feet because they were so big and thick. So
Never ever let them see you sweat.
I know.
We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah. Well,
Never let anybody see you sweat. If you cannot dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit. If you don't know it, pretend you do.
that's so true. So I got all three, excuse me, I got 3 feet done, and I was on my 4th foot. And
They said 5 minutes.
no, and he moved, and he was coming out beautiful. He was, you know, when a dog just comes together.
Yes.
Right. They're falling together.
Yes.
The shoulders, everything
Yes.
was falling together.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my god.
He moved.
He moved, and I put a big nick on the inside of this bevel, like this deep, right? And I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. All I kept thinking to myself was, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I said to myself, I can do this. I can do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And
You don't have a choice but to do this. Come on.
And so I had to take that bevel shorter, and then I had to go around and change every other bevel and
To make
tighten
that
it.
one match
Oh my
in
god.
15 minutes.
Talk about stress.
Yes.
Oh my god. But I won the tournament.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was like probably my best win I've ever had. I sweated it out so bad. Oh my God.
I think the last 3 years at Atlanta, I've gotten first place with that same Springer for 3 years in a row.
Oh really?
Well, no, 17, 19, and 20.
Wow.
Same Springer.
Oh really?
3 different judges.
Wow.
Yeah. And they placed the dog.
Wow.
So it's okay.
That's
He's in a good
great.
home, so
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway. You know, one thing I can say is also my hands don't work like they used to from getting older.
So now, yeah. Now show them what you're trying to do. How you're, tell them what you're doing with that.
Trying to make it match Jodi's.
Well, we can fix them.
I think I got a hair out of place. Whoops. Okay. Trying to make it match Jodi's side.
Justin's watching you. He's like, don't screw it up, Melissa.
Okay. Woo. Shit. Look, buddy. You know, the whole thing is with all this negativity on Facebook, everybody needs to laugh and have a good time.
I know. It's so true.
It is so true. Okay,
It's getting
so
old, isn't it?
yes, it's getting very old.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to make my side match Jodi's. May not be such a hot idea. And I need to pull this out a little bit.
No, it's looking good. It looks good.
Here's my side. I like my side better.
Yeah, I might too. I might too.
I think I like my side better. I don't know. I don't know.
I would go a little tighter at the base.
Right here?
Yeah.
Put your foot down. Here's Jodi's side. Here's Melissa's side.
Are we gonna vote? Is that what you want to do?
Vote. No, I'm kidding. Look, Jodi, you missed a hair right there.
I know, sure I did. I'm a little rusty.
It's okay. It's all right. All right.
Okay, so let's see. So now, did you do the side or just the front? All right, let's look at the front.
All right, look at the front. And
All
I
right,
see.
let's finish the front so we can see what it looks like. Okay, so I'll show you what I learned from the ring, from the show ring.
Okay. This is really a lot of fun.
I don't want to name names, but
Stand
a very,
back.
very well-known handler.
Okay.
Stand up, Bubba. Okay, so you calm this down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And then what you want to do is take your thinners. You don't want to do this with scissors.
Okay, hold on. Let me switch.
I got it. You got.
I got these
You
really
come
nice.
around.
Right here?
Come around, and then you go up like a little bit of a.
Okay.
Swervy
Oh, I
line.
like them thinners.
Right.
What are those?
Those are Arturo Alp. I told them that when you were in the bathroom.
Oh.
Okay, so you come. Will you please put your feet apart? Please.
Stop. Stop.
Okay. So what you do is you comb it straight down, and then where you left off of your bevel, you kind of, let me get that in there. Try to get them to stand apart a little. And then see you come
in on it.
up,
and
up, and then come down. See, and we're looking at all this under stuff here.
Okay. Y'all getting that? Let me see.
Yeah.
Great information and tips. Really cool to see two experts icons together. Cool to see how really real you both are.
Aw,
Thank you.
That's why we wanted to do this, because we need to do some positive stuff on Facebook.
Yes.
You know? Okay.
Okay. I think I gotta have a pair of those scissors,
Oh,
Jodi.
these are great. Victor turned me onto these.
Did he?
Because I struggle with Justin's feet, you know, black and tan. We get see it's showing your inside bevel that we haven't done yet.
Yep.
Okay, so
Come on.
Okay, so come on, bud. So we'll be able to see it more when we finish the bevel, but you kind of come up, and then you come up a little bit and down into your next bevel, so it kind of swoops. Okay.
See, or when he's sitting down, you can see this. See this?
Well, and that's
That's my hard part.
Okay, so you take their whole foot. No, I wouldn't do this until after we do the underline.
Okay, that's fine.
Do that last. But
Well, I find that you do whatever side you do first, the front or the back, but you do the underline and you make it come together.
Right.
2/3, 1/3.
Right.
Right. Okay. Tuck up? Yes.
Yeah, no, that's right. So scissor the inside of your bevel, and then we can see it better.
Hey. The pads of his feet, I don't scoop them because he has yeast in them. So
Your phone's not showing all the comments.
They're not?
Those.
did you do the underside pads to begin with? I shave it with a 40, but just flat.
Flush.
I shave it flat.
Yeah. Just flush with the pads. You don't want to dig into.
I don't
the
dig
pad.
into the pad.
Right.
All right, come here, Mom.
I wonder why your phone didn't update.
I don't know. It's an Apple. It's a piece of shit.
Oh my god.
Sorry. All right, let's see here.
I don't know how to update your phone here.
Here, me.
Huh.
Yeah, there you go.
Newest comments.
That's it. Oh,
Okay.
anyway.
So
Okay.
can you read more comments then?
Sure.
Because-
All right, let's see here. Remember, Carrie the Joni. through the snow for Jodi at the contest.
Oh, I know. That was
Jodi, were you a bucket bitch?
and you know what? That was the first time Joan was saying that she carried Johnny for me because she brought him to the show. And before Johnny, I had bought a cocker, a black cocker, and he came from a good breeder, but he wasn't good. But he got me through the entry level and stuff. And he got me to the A division. And then so I got to A, and I couldn't win with him anymore, you know. And so I remember Chris Pulaski saying, "Put that trim on a different dog, and you'll start winning." So Joan and Sally hooked me up with Ray Mason in Maryland, and
sorry,
and so I went to dog shows with her, and I was grooming Johnny, and so it was for the Virginia show, and which they don't have any longer, and so
they don't have the North Carolina show either.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, so they let me borrow Johnny. So that was the first time I put a good quality dog in the ring in the A division, and I went best in show.
Good job.
So that was my first time with a good dog in the A division, and see, that's what it takes. Is you can be a great groomer and you can have your grooming down to a science, but if you don't have the right dog, you know, it's hard to win. You're handicapping yourself.
You can't win with this dog in A division.
Well, you could if you did this. You could if you did this, but if you expose that patterning, then it's going to be hard. Like if you cut this too short and you had a big ledge and a foot, then no. But if you can figure out how to do this without showing that, you'll be fine.
Okay, there you go. There you have it.
So like if I looked at this foot and I'd say, you know, that they look nice. I couldn't even see that patterning, but if you exposed it, then right, you're not going to. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, so that's, you know, it really pays off to have a nice dog.
A well-bred dog.
Yeah.
Again, a well-bred dog.
Right.
Anybody can get a purebred dog.
Yeah.
You want a well-bred dog.
That's right.
Okay, come here.
All right. How are we looking?
Well, we're looking good.
Okay, so let me see his feet now. So I think that I think they look nice, don't you?
Yeah.
You want to try these and go over what you just did?
Yeah, I can try those. Mm-hmm.
Those Alps.
Sure. Let me try these sexy things.
Oh, they're so nice for.
Oops.
I got Mackenzie those for Christmas one year, and she was like beside herself. I said, "No, they're like great for cocker feet, just great."
Come here. All right.
Tracy Williams. Great information and tips. Really cool to see. Oh, we already read that one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tracy.
You thirsty, son?
Oh. Aren't they nice?
Yeah. Yeah.
So just be careful when you come around because you want to go up into that swoop in the front. So
Don't go. Don't.
you want to come up into that swoop and down.
Okay. I can't. I feel like I need to break his leg off or switch hands or something.
Yeah.
How did I end up with this side of the dog?
I know.
Don't you guys understand that sometimes there's one side that always looks better than the other, and you can't figure it out, and it's just like, ugh.
It's hard.
It's really hard. Okay.
All right, let me just get that. Okay. All right, so let's move to the back now, because I think we got the front figured out. Hopefully that was helpful to everybody.
Was it helpful? Helpful for me?
I hope so, because that's a hard area to do if you get a pattern. So I think we got it good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
So let's do his back foot.
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Do you want to do that or what?
I can.
All right, go ahead. Show me how you do it.
How I do it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which one are you going to do?
Chop.
Do you want to do the white or the black? Probably the white's easier to see for them, right?
I don't know. Is it easier?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so you have to make sure that he's standing right, first of all.
Yeah.
That's where the tuna fish cans come in.
Yeah.
All of this, like you can see, is broken, but that's okay.
Well, it's okay because you don't want that to be longer than the top of your bevel anyway.
Right.
So it's okay. Let's see.
Stop. Anything? Nobody?
We're good. So do you do that with your curves or your straights?
Curves.
Curves?
I can do it with straights.
Well, do it however you do it.
Okay, hold on here. Let me see here. My Kenchi.
I like to get a nice, I don't like to get a curve there. I like to get a 45 there. To me, this is like the most important cut in when you do your bevels and to your profile.
A little bit.
And the reason why that's the most important cut, that's going to really determine, now maybe not on him so much because we had to do his front first, but with a dog that's not patterning, this angle that you're cutting right now is going to determine the whole flow of your underline because of this. If this angle is shallow, if it's way down here, your bevel is going to be shallow. And that's going to determine the whole flow of this. If you get this set up at a nice, what is that, 45? Then your bevel is going to be higher and you're going to get height on this, which is going to determine your whole outline. So this bevel is going to determine your whole flow of your trim. So if you've got a dog that you have to keep the front bevel low for whatever reason,
then you keep this low.
This angle needs to be low.
Okay, what, is it too high? No, it's not.
No,
it's
so
good.
this is like a perfect angle. It's about what, 45?
Yeah.
And that'll get this back bevel up off the ground and it'll...
And I comb it out.
I do the same thing where, you know, I do that.
And then I come in and swoop this way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I use my straights and I go down like this. From where I left off here, I go like this, and I go right to the outside of that toe with my straights, and then I go here, and from that angle right here, and I cut straight down. See, I can't use those because they're not strong enough to go through that coat.
Okay.
Because the thing with these bevels, you have to make one cut.
You make a bunch of cuts and you're going to have chop.
Yeah, exactly.
Chop, chop, chop,
So,
chop.
and those, I couldn't do it. So
Here's my Avantes.
they won't do it either.
These are serrated.
But they're not as serrated as these.
Are those the cheetahs?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, Melissa.
Okay.
I've been there.
Okay.
So you come straight down.
I'm questioning Jodi Murphy.
Well, you know, it's one thing I know. If I know anything, I know bevels. It's the only thing I can say I know. No.
Stop it.
So anyway, so that's what I do. But see, now this, I would take that tighter.
At the bottom.
Right to the back foot.
Right.
And see when you do that, how it just goes poof.
Poof. Yep.
Yeah.
Here. It went poof.
It goes poof.
It went poof, all right.
But you have to do that in one cut because if you whittle, you're going to see a mess. All right. Then what I do is I'll take my thumb to the back pad. And then I cut that flush.
With the back pad. Y'all seeing that?
With the back pad. Just at the back. Okay. Then I put it down. And then I see that, look, and look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? And that's the start of your bevel. By doing this and that with your straights, that creates this back bevel already. So now all you have to do is the sides and the front.
Yep. Nice.
Okay.
Thanks, Jode.
So you do the rest.
Thanks, Jode. Oops.
I know you had me here for a reason.
Oh, stop it. Okay, so this right here is where he is patterned. And it's right where the break of the black and white come together. Look at you. Good enough for a dog, good enough for Jodi.
Brush my hair. Okay.
See what I'm saying? Right here.
Okay.
So I'm talking right here like, okay.
Yeah, I see that.
You know, this is really touchy to do this.
All right, well, let's just do let's get the bevel.
Okay.
Okay, so once I do that, then what do you do?
I'm going to come in here to the front toe.
To the front, yep.
To the front toe.
Can you guys see? Let me see what that says. I have struggled with the bevels, particularly with pattern dogs, but really not just
She gets it.
Shih Tzus, Havanese. Like, that really helps. I get it. Good.
Good. Somebody gets it.
Good, good.
All right. Can I trade places with you?
So now, if you hold this in, Melissa, then you can see what needs to come off. See that? Not too tight, but just push it in. Yeah.
Oop.
And then just like lightly. See, now you can see what needs to come off. Just now angle that up. Yeah.
I need my straights.
Okay.
You're right. I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
What? Your straights?
Your straights. Oh, no. Oh,
Those are mine, yeah.
okay. Come here, bud. Come here. Oh my God. This
See?
is a damn game changer.
Yeah, I told you.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah.
Come here. All right. Ouch.
See now? Yeah.
Yep.
Let me read.
I need these scissors.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Holy jeez. Okay. I need those thinning scissors right here. Okay. I don't know if I want to go too short yet because of the way this is just like blunt. Because you see what I'm saying? This
Well,
is
I would go up a little.
higher.
I would first of all see, like, if you push this down, you see the hair that's on the ground and not close to his foot. I would get that tighter at the base there.
Okay. Come on.
Hey, buddy.
Come on, man.
So, just at the base, you see that? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see now it's coming up?
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, come on, man.
Hey, bud. Being a good boy.
Trying to get in trouble.
She's gonna get me.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Okay, shh, be a good boy.
Okay. So I'm looking at the back of this foot, and I need to take some more of this off.
Yeah.
Stop. Oh. He might have to go to the bathroom, but we're almost done. Okay. That look better? How's that look, Jodi?
Yeah, that looks better.
How's that look, gang? Does that look okay?
Yeah, it's looking better. Let me just finish this right here.
Where? Let me see.
So, okay, come here. So, hey, buddy.
Oh, the very bottom.
Yeah, just. Let's see. And then take that up just a little bit. See, now you have this going on, right? Mm-hmm. So that was what you were lacking right there.
Okay.
And the reason why was because you didn't have that base. How much did I take off? A fraction, right?
Yep.
And that's all it took. You need to sit still, bud.
Stop.
What's the deal? I know you're being a good boy, but can't screw up your bevels. If you're gonna be good, you gotta be good with your bevels.
He's ticklish. Oregon is watching.
Come here, bud. Okay, so then, and now I'm just gonna neaten everything up.
Oh, Joni said half distance height if hawk. If hawk. What is that? Half distance height of hawk, Jodi, question mark.
Half distant. Huh?
I don't know.
Okay. See, I like to see this.
Okay.
See that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
So that's the whittling away that we're not supposed to do.
well, you can do it with your thinners. You know?
Uh-huh.
See, see that whole nice pretty
Yep.
edge? Mm-hmm. That's what I look for. That's what I really like. Because then it just doesn't look like round
Feet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that's the start of your back bevel. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, you get to do the black side.
Okay. Well, do we want to do,
I don't know.
or do we want to continue now and show them how to finish it?
Well, we can do that too.
Okay.
I'm going to let you do that because obviously I'm doing something wrong here because it looks like.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Can I go turn the air down?
Yeah. Let me tell Alexa.
Okay. Jodi's going to talk to Alexa.
Alexa. Temperature 73.
45. Joni just said 45. Alexa,
I told her.
73.
I told her.
Did you tell her?
I told her.
Okay.
Okay.
Jodi, can I get you another beer?
Yes.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay. So,
Hold on.
All right, I'm going to wait for you to get back.
That'd be great. Hold on
He's
one
just gonna
second,
keep
please.
looking for you. Okay. So let's see. 45. Okay. Now, one thing about your setting in your knee is that you don't want to do this like this and scissor it in because it's going to look super choppy. You're going to see all scissor marks, so you don't want to do that. So what I normally do is I start to pull this in and then I start taking off any hair that's hanging over my foot. Stop. Stop. I pull it in and I start taking off any hair that's hanging over my foot. And then I comb it down and then I pull it back. Okay, then I comb it down, pull it back again.
Here you go. This is fun. Are you having a good time? You guys learning anything?
And then I pick it up
Stay.
and I let this hair fall.
Okay.
And then you might not be a good candidate for that. Let me go in the front.
Okay.
Let it fall.
Up.
Stay. Let it fall naturally. And you kind of round it in like that. Let's fix that foot. Okay, so once I get that kind of where I want it, by lifting it, letting it fall, these are the thinners. Then what I do is I'll work on the underline. So see, your tuck up is way back here.
Because it's broken.
But see, I think that's where you're screwing this up, Melissa. You know why?
Why?
Because I think by bringing it back, you're exposing this more.
Okay.
I think you need more black.
That's what they said I should dye this black.
But see, if you leave this length, that's going to give the white more volume. And move your tuck up forward and leave this black because that black is giving you the volume you need.
Okay, I'm going to let you do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think by going the opposite,
So we're going to put it right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you do that. I'm scared.
Is that going to be good for him?
Yeah, it's good for him. You know, I mean.
All right, so let's stack him up.
He's posts. That's another problem that we have, is he posts. He's a big poster.
Stand behind him and stack him for me.
Okay. Come here. No, stop.
Yeah, he's got his front way out.
Yep. And not only does it look like it's way out, it's the front feet, because they're poofy, makes it look like he's got puffs on his front feet. He stops, he's like this.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
Underneath you.
Here's his last rib.
Yep.
I'm going to come down. Are you sure you're okay?
I trust you. I trust you.
All right, so this is going to take his underline a little bit shorter because I have to move it forward.
What do you think?
Because if I move this to here, that means the highest point is going to be here, which I'm going to have to bring that up to make this come down. Hold on, let me figure this out.
It's a hard dog to groom.
So if this comes up to here and then come down. When's your next show?
Okay. The 14th of June.
Okay.
Tampa.
Okay.
I'm trusting you, Joe. Joni, what do you think?
Oh, God.
Ask
Okay.
Joan. Ask Joan. Hold on.
Because like right now, your tuck up is way back here.
I know.
I don't like it.
Okay. I don't like it.
No, I don't like it. Wait. All right. All right. Stay, buddy.
Okay. Stop,
So
there.
all right. So. I hate doing
Well,
this.
I think-
To somebody else's dog.
Oop. Stop moving.
I'm doing it.
Are you doing it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He needs it.
Put your foot down. Put your foot down. What are you doing?
What's the matter, buddy? Come on.
Stop. He's tired.
I know he is.
He's tired. Did you miss a spot down there?
Don't be a wise ass. Yeah.
Wise ass, wise ass. It's okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you need a Corona? Just kidding.
Hold on.
All right, Dib, stop.
Let me get this going.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
This dog is hard to. He's hard to groom.
Yeah. Are you showing in the grass?
No. Stop.
Okay, let's see.
Am I showing in the grass? Okay.
Okay, so hold on.
Let's see here. What you got going on here, Joe?
Don't look. Stay over there.
All right.
And make me nervous if you start looking.
Oh, God. I make you nervous?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's your dog.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, hold on. Put your foot down, bud. Put your foot down, silly. Okay. It is hot in here, huh?
Yeah. I feel it coming now. Put your foot down.
All right, hold on now. Let me pull this together.
Okay. Can anybody see what she's doing over there? Because I can't.
Hold on. Can you look in the phone and see if you can see?
I can. Hold on. Stop, Dibs.
Okay. Come on, buddy.
I'm not a party person, but I think Jodi's right. The amount of black on the side makes him look heavier than the tuck up needs to come forward.
Yep.
Wise ass Jersey girl.
Yeah.
Lots of comments go review. Oh my God, he's got high waters. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to make this side match. Let me see. He's He's hard to groom.
Yeah. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
You have to stand behind him because he's got to stand still. I can't.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Stop, Dibs.
Okay. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to have to let that, and I'll show you where you need to let it grow.
Where the tuck up used to be.
Yeah, you have to let that grow down.
Yeah.
So I want to try to get this angle for you.
Stop.
From the tuck up forward, and then you're going to let that grow in.
Okay. Wish I could see.
I know, hold on.
And then I'm going to try to come in behind you and do this side.
Hold on, I'm not ready for you yet.
No, I meant when you're done.
Can they see me?
Can you see? Can everybody see? Yeah, they can see. Stop. No, put your foot down. Put your foot down.
So right now it might look, you know, more straight, but that's just because you need to grow that in.
Okay.
So, but I'll show you in a second what I want you to do.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's going to look a lot better because he just looked like it was way too far back.
Out. Come here.
Okay.
Come here.
All right, so. All right, now.
Okay, I see it's right here.
Okay, so you see
this has to grow in.
Right, so you see the angle is coming from here, straight down. And see, and I think before you didn't have enough shape on the bottom. So it was kind of like really low here and just kind of went straight.
Yep.
So now you have to have a little bit of arch.
Like a schnauzer.
Yeah, and so now you had to have a little bit more shape and style to the bottom. And see, now this goes straight down into this back pad, see?
Yep.
And comes right off. And comes, see, it falls into here.
Okay. This, yeah, it needs to grow right here.
And right there. So,
yeah.
See, this is where your highest point needs to be, and then it needs to come down to here.
Okay.
So this here is where you need to grow it in.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay. All right.
And I know it's going to look funny right now, but
that's okay.
And we'll get the other side to match.
Okay. That's my, you know, I mean, I did have a struggle there. I mean, grooming 31 years and you can still have struggles.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I want to kind of show you guys if you can see that. So what I did was the tuck up was way back here. It was right here. So I moved it to closer to the last rib, which is here. And then I angled it from that last rib straight down
into the back
of the front angle here, front pad. And then from here, what I want her to do is grow this out. So it's gonna, see where she needs to fill in? This in here. And so then she'll get this swoop. And he's getting tired, so he's not standing well. So, right?
Yep.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
You see it now? So now here, so now so this is what you're going to grow in.
See that? All that has to come in.
Just right here is the black.
Right.
So when the black grows, you're not going to see this pattern.
Okay.
But see, what you were doing was coming here trying to
put it
compensate, but you're exposing that more.
Okay.
So you need this black to cover this.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying I'll grow that and keep your tuck up in here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It does?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah. yeah. I'm sweating though.
It's hot in here.
No, I'm just nervous sweating.
Nervous sweating? Why are you nervous?
Well, it's not my dog.
It's okay. So here's the deal. Let's slide this around this way like this. And Anybody have any questions?
Okay.
My dog's getting tired, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna let him
me
stop.
see.
You know,
Oh, thanks, you guys.
what happened? What'd they say?
Jodi the genius with scissors. So anyway, that's the thing, you know, when you're working with
Lay down.
a dog that patterns, is that you have to.
Come here.
You
We're
have
gonna
to.
toast. Cockers, Coronas, and cupcakes.
That was fun.
It was very fun.
Yeah.
I hope it was positive for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, it's like we both learned something. I learned from Melissa, and she learned from me, and that's what it's all about. Because we never stop learning and sharing ideas with each other, trying to like troubleshoot an issue.
Yeah. It's an issue for me.
Well, and when you don't have anybody to really help you troubleshoot stuff, and you're trying to figure it out on your own.
Well,
you know,
let's see. I've been doing it all by myself since last September. I had Helen came down and she helped me a little bit, but she wasn't here for that long. Like he already had his underline on him.
Right.
So I mean, it's really hard to get it perfect when you're by yourself.
Oh yeah.
It's really hard.
Because you were really following the same pattern that you've had on there for a while,
Right.
And you know, not trying to think of something different to hide that patterning issue on his tuck up. So I think that's going to be good if you can grow that in. I think it's going to camouflage that by leaving more black there to fill it in. That's what I think.
Okay,
So,
I agree.
Yeah.
And you're a really good boy.
He is a good boy.
Yeah, he is a good boy.
So anyway, I know you're good too. You're just a good boy. You're so handsome. So what else? Do you want to, let me see if we have any more questions. Can you read that? I can't.
I can't. Let me see. Stay, Dibs.
Hi, booby. Hi, booby.
Really enjoy this. Hope we can join you both soon, Michelle Jessup. Hey, Carrie, 2 eyes are better than 1. You mean 4, correct? I know
Yeah.
what you mean. You guys are welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was spur of the moment. Jodi.
It took me a while to convince her.
Yeah,
to
I
do
wouldn't
this.
come down
She,
because
you know,
I was.
she said to me, she's like, nobody wants to hear what I have to say, and I was so mad at her. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Nobody wants
Of
to hear.
course they do.
No.
You know, that's why I made her do it. So, you know, it's all about, you know, building people's confidence, and
It is.
She's so talented, and she has so much to offer. So,
Well, thank you, Jodi.
I'm glad you did that.
Thanks.
It was good.
Yeah.
And it's been fun spending the couple days with you. So I never get to
Thank
do
you.
this.
Thank you for
You know?
inviting me. It's been amazing.
I know. It's been
And
fun.
no, we're just, you know.
I know. And then Melissa brought me all these. She's teaching me about Florida
And plants.
Plants. So she brought me all kinds of plants, and
She's got a plumeria. She has a crown of thorns. She didn't even know she had it. It's beautiful. It's on her front porch. She's like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, oh, you don't. Oh my goodness.
I know. So
And I went down to Joni's here last year, and I come bearing gifts. I grabbed orchids and I brought them all
yeah.
down there. Yeah.
yeah, I'm learning about orchids, and I've got 2 that I'm trying to get to flower. I'm not doing a very good job. So I told Melissa, I'm not buying another orchid until I master these 2 and get them to flower.
They look homeless.
Oh, I'm trying.
I know you're trying.
They came homeless from Home Depot. They look even worse then.
Anyway,
So,
I'm Melissa Klass, aka Iki, and by the way, the Iki and Klass that's on there, I just want you all to know that was a big mistake about 5 years ago,
and they won't let you change
and
it?
they won't let me change it back.
Oh, that's what that is.
That's what that is, yes.
So she's Iki.
I'm
Right, let's
Iki
see.
Ann.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll leave this video. Will be up for a while, so you guys can watch it.
Cheers.
Okay.
Happy Corona days
Bye.
to you guys. Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you. Here, stop, finish. Boom.